three question marks, and many of you have said that humans cannot be forgotten. In fact, some of you, you said, if you can do everything else right, but if you miss the organizational change, the human change, and the change management, you may destroy all the rest, or miss all the rest. So these are the 3 points. Maybe a few starting words from you, and then we will try to make this a global discussion.
Okay. I think it's ladies first. We have a microphone. By now, I think that I've talked to many of you, so you know that I'm Belén Villasante. I'm a consultant by profession, so I've been engaged in transformations in the finance and GBS space for 22 years now. And for a year, I was the interim GBS lead for one company, for Surrey. So I've been in the other side of the equation as well, so I have quite a bit of empathy for what it means. I work mainly for consumer goods companies, utilities as well. Now I'm exploring the insurance sector as well. So companies like AB InBev, Henkel, Allianz, so that's the type of companies I've worked for. And well, happy to share that experience with you.
But on these 3 points, any first reaction from your side?
Do you mind we introduce would they ask they know our names?
Okay, go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Christian McFadden and I'm the CFO of a company here based in Barcelona called Harmony. We are a wellness company. We use actually cannabis as a tool to help bring harmony to people's lives. Most of our business right now is we make liquids for vaping devices using CBD, which is part of the cannabis that's fully legal everywhere, doesn't make you high. We're trying to help people with addiction to nicotine, so as a risk reduction tool for smokers, basically. And so my background, as you can probably tell from my accent, I'm originally American. I spent most of my career after finishing my MBA at Stanford in London in the investment world. So being a CFO is something relatively new to me. I've been doing this for a couple of years. My background is more investing in companies and capital markets and public markets. So this whole idea of transformation, digital transformation, and how you can build a more efficient finance function within a company, a small and growing company, is very true to my heart because it's something we're going through right now. We've been around for about 5 years, but we're growing very rapidly. As you probably know, the industry that I'm working in is growing from almost nothing as far as the legal market to 25 billion plus within a couple of years. So the growth we're seeing is immense, and on one hand, our organization is very tech and digital friendly. The marketing and sales part of our business was, most of my colleagues came from the tech startup world, so using things like Slack and collaboration and things like that comes very naturally. But then on the other side of the business, we're a manufacturing company. We have a production line here in Zona Franca where we have a production team every day filling liquids into bottles and then packaging them and then distributing them to 42 different countries. So it's about as brick and mortar as a business can be. And so managing from my perspective in the finance department, this very, we're still managing things on an old school basis using handwritten notes to figure out how efficient our production processes are being, and then that reporting into the finance sector makes it a very challenging part of my job and what we're doing right now, the whole transformation of GBS and things like that. So I'm happy to share my insights and the challenges that I'm facing now.
Hello everyone, my name is Ricardo Lasco, and I'm a member of the board of directors of ASET. ASET is the Spanish Association of the Financial Directors, and apart from that, I'm also a teacher of the Pompeu Fabra in Controlling International postgrad, and my main experience about finance transformation is in the company that I decided to leave this year, and when I spent 19 years in Coty. Coty is a global perfumery and multinational cosmetics industry, and has experienced a huge transformation in the last years, and I have a lot of learnings and challenges to share with all of you. And now I am, after Coty, I am in a new project as a group CFO in a textile company, but this is very recent and a bit confidential as well. So, but I will share all my learnings from Cody and from you. Thank you.
Good morning. First of all, happy to Axiom. Thank you to Axiom for the invitation. Okay, my name is Leandro Martin. I'm director of a pharmaceutical company based here in Barcelona. It's called Grifols. I'm a director of controlling. I've been I'm an economist. Also, I'm a musician. I hold both degrees. So. Early in my career, I started working in controlling positions in, I can say, in the three main pharmaceutical companies here in Barcelona, Esteve, Amiral, and Grifols. So I'm always been a controller. So I will represent my role, okay, on all the projects that I've been facing all these years related to digital transformation.
Good. So who will give the first feedback to launch the discussion?
Ladies first, I am.
Okay, so a few words on the view of a consultant, looking at many companies, many situations, many starting points in the journey, many different industries and challenges. A few things that are common to all the customers we work with. And Raquel from Suez yesterday was telling us that in regards of RPA, but it's really common to technology in general. Technology is cheap, or relatively cheap and available. It's there. It's what we do with it. That's the secret of the sauce. So what we see is that there are quite a big amount of companies that rely their digital transformation all in the technology, all in removing the paper or having more tools. But that's not enough. The tools on their own do not do the trick. So what we think is that the technology is a lever. It's an important lever to create new businesses, to create new ways of working, but to foster new ways of doing things. Agility, what we have been mentioning all these 2 days about being more simple, quick as well. And for us finance professionals, it's not always that easy, that shift in mind, because we have, it's in our DNA to be accurate, to be very methodological. We want to have things perfect. And sometimes better is enemy of good. And we have to try to learn to focus, to be on apply that principle that we always apply in more traditional side, which is materiality. Do not focus on things that maybe are great for us, accountant background, but makes no difference for business. So let's focus on what makes things, what creates competitive advantage. And that shift would help us to really make a difference. And it's not always easy, as I've mentioned. So that's one of the elements. Use the technology to make us more agile, to be more on what really matters to our customers, colleagues, external customers, vendors, employees, our people. We are fighting for the talent, all of us. So let's make them work on relevant things. Things that make an impact and make them feel proud. Second element of that change, and technology can help to foster, is the entrepreneurship spirit. So what it's been more and more demanded from us is to have initiative, to move from executing processes, which is good, but it's just a tool, it's a method, to think ahead and to think what our internal customer wants, what commercial needs, what supply chain needs, to think differently. Working with a fast-moving consumer goods company, would have seen that they have done, I think it's pretty intelligent, instead of focusing on the processes, focus on process for standardization, automation is still there, but it's an internal message. The message that they give to their customers is around services. Very similar to what you have mentioned on products, right? They call services, but it's the concept of product. And they have created them around stakeholders. Example, it's a company that has a huge amount of expats. When someone is an expat, does have a variety of needs. Legal needs, because you have to adjust your contract. You have mobility needs. You have financial needs, even IT needs, because you have to make sure that your computer works in the new and you have access to the new tools. So instead of that person going to IT, legal, HR, and all the mumbo jumbo, the services are all those services provided by the GBS organization towards that community. That's the shift. It's pretty easy to understand, right? Instead of we thinking our HR administration processes or our financials, we think on who consumes our services, and it was not by ask of the expats. It's by them analyzing the HR typical issues time of the HR department devoted to things that were not even standardized. They identified that bucket of services, and out of that, they also created efficiency because they created the protocol to do it in a more efficient way. So, example of how to be more an entrepreneur, thinking on what my counterpart needs. Another element of mindset or shift that really helps us is innovation. I think that now we, finance professionals or back office professionals, live in a sweet moment. We have spent years with SOX, compliance, and all that it's needed, adds a lot of value to the company, but it's not successful. Now we are being asked to do something more. We are being asked to bring all those analytical skills we have, and everybody recognize it in the companies that we are analytical, that the numbers speak to us, that we are able to convert data into something meaningful, and we are in all the areas of the company. There is a controller, there is a finance person, everywhere. So to use that reach to help shape the strategy and to implement it. So I think we're in that sweet moment. So let's use it to be more innovative, to be more proactive. And the technology is there to help us with that. We have been talking about ERPs, analytic tools, we have been talking about RPA quite extensively. We have gone in Microsoft, but we have talked about blockchain. Even blockchain can help finance organizations. Not only to automate things or to make things more secure, but just to prove that they are innovative, that we are innovative. We have been helping an utilities company, a global company, to streamline and automate the treasury process with blockchain. We have started with the intercompany funding process. Why? It's an internal process, so we can manage the stakeholders. It's a very lengthy process as well, because it took, at least in this company, it was a month since that need was found in a company. It was communicated to corporate. Corporate was checking in the cash pooling who the company was had the funding. Well, all this mambo jumbo was a month. Legal, illegal, and so on and so. So now we have moved from 1 month to 2 days. Everything recorded. If there is any change, it's immutable. So, and that has been the first blockchain project ever in that company. So for the first time, finance is at the avant. And that's from us.
I think that one of the lessons learned during the digital transformation process that I've lived is that don't go crazy with these buzzwords that you heard every day. So data lake, Internet of Things, machine learning. So I think that before going further, I think we have to think in our roots. what are our needs as a company? We have to think of in our vision, our mission, our needs, no? One important thing is to give in the basic rights, okay? Think if you invest a lot of money, okay, working and spending and investing in a lot of hours in these projects, and then the information is not meaningful, no? It's not a good information, no? So my experience demonstrated before to start a project of digital transformation is always better, okay, to think, to have a clear roadmap, okay, to focus on your expectations and to know, or I don't know how to say, but believe on you, but to think and to know that you will fail a lot of times during this process, okay? So under a controlling point of view, because this is all the path that I've lived, I remember 15 years ago that the problem was the lack of information. No? Everyone is, well, what? I don't have information to create a good KPIs to take decisions. Nowadays, the problem is the contrary. We have a lot of information that is overwhelming. So, in addition, because of as we mentioned yesterday, no, that we live in a VUCA environment today. You know, it's all very unstable, very it's important. It's important. Okay. Well, it's all the top management are requesting a lot of information as soon as possible because they want information in a real time to take the decision before the competitors. No. So in this way, well, I think it's are welcome of this new tool. Okay, firstly, okay, to put order, to sort all this information. I don't know if they're in a data lake. I don't know if they're common structures or clear structures, but it's always good, okay, to before to start working on your road information and keeping the basic rights.
What about you guys?
Yes, well, I will start by trying to answer your first question, which was what digital transformation is and entitles. So, well, I think many people answers different questions, right? And probably all of them are partially right. But I mean, within one company, I think everyone needs to have the same clear understanding about what is digital transformation, because if in different departments we have a different opinion or different view, this is not going to work. What I mean is everyone in the company, the whole organization, needs to be aligned about digital transformation and about the long-term strategy, because you cannot implement any digital transformation in 1 month or even in 1 year. It's a long-term strategy. It needs to be realistic. It needs to go step by step, and not trying to make any savings to save the year because of the digital transformation or because of some specific technology implementation. That's number one. And of course, that means a lot of support from the change management, from the top management, to the cascaded into the whole organization in all departments. Everyone needs to be it needs to be the NDA of the organization. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Then there are many different angles of the digital transformation, and we can summarize into two. I think this has been already mentioned, but basically it's inside, yes, and I think you better mention, inside there are a lot of opportunities to implement improve processes, robotics, automation, a lot of shared service center, etc., right? But there are many processes across the entire company, not only in finance, that can be optimized, that we can make a company more profitable, right? But the most visible and important added value is to the outside for customer experience and intelligence, artificial intelligence, and it's I mean, it's a tremendous space to improve and to really make the difference in front of the competitors, etc. But because of that, once again, you need to have a long-term view, and you need to really work as a team. And of course, while doing that, you need to switch, to change your organization, to adapt your organization towards those goals. And of course, if you need to, I don't know, to appoint a digital information officer, or you need to appoint new people that are bringing that talent with the new technologies, you need to do it. But at the same time, it's important the soft skills and the change management. Otherwise, it's going to create a lot of conflicts, and it's not going to work. And I am coming from an experience, for instance, in our company, in Coty. I mean, we did a big, in my previous company, I left recently, we did a huge merge in 2016 that completely, basically, they doubled everything. They doubled the invoice, the sales, the turnover, the number of employees, number of factories, everything was doubled. And they basically acquired P&G Beauty Division, Procter & Gamble Division, which was bigger than Coty. And there were a lot of commitments from the top management in order to generate savings very, very quick, but they didn't really know how to do it. So they were a bit desperate. So they forced us, okay, digital transformation, automation, okay, a team of experts, and I would say a team of idiots. I was part of them, and trying to really invent the wheel in less than 2 years. This is not, and by the way, because there is a lot of business pressure, don't conflict too much with the markets, and just do it by your own. It didn't work.
Yeah, so maybe I'll just talk about the two very specific digital transformations that we're kind of living through right now. I guess as I was alluding to earlier, on the sort of manufacturing, the actual day-to-day processes that we're involved with, it's still what I would call heavily manual and mechanical, in the sense that we're still doing things on pen and paper, which is kind of funny to think about. And so, when it comes to reporting into, the CFO, the finance department, and how we're reporting to investors, potential investors, it's something that we still have. We have our sales platform, we have our CRM, which is driving the sales and marketing efforts, and then of course we have the accounting software, which is the only thing that I really see of as the truth. And so integrating those processes, we don't yet have an ERP. We're very much just in the early stages of getting to the ERP consultants and ERP implementation. So the digital transformation on the day-to-day of my business is a very real part of what we're focused on. And so the progress that we've seen, the challenges we face already, I've seen very importantly how these digital tools can be used to really increase efficiencies in a very quick and rapid manner, and important manner. I guess the other digital transformation that we've just recently lived through, it was on the HR and payroll function. So just going through the process of switching from our Spanish gestor, which is kind of, for those of you not based in Spain, combination of a payroll provider, labor lawyer, and accountant all in one. So we stopped using them and switched to one of the great products that are now in the market for doing all of that digitally, so that we no longer have to go back and forth to get new employee contracts, which is especially important for us because most of our employees are foreign, so and we're dealing with lots of different markets. So to deal with holidays that are holidays in Catalonia when it's not a holiday in most of the markets we serve, and dealing with the time off and the relatively straightforward but heavily manual processes of reconciling payroll is something that we just went through as far as the digital transformation. Now we're a couple months into it, having switched to a provider where we're no longer dealing hands-on, in a heavily hands-on manner with the gestor. And so I've seen a lot of the benefits that it brings to our department and our employees, but also the the pitfalls or the things to watch out for. For example, in this HR transformation, the digital platform, I mean, what was very manual, the checking process, obviously you don't want to mess around with payroll, right? When you're paying people their paychecks, you know, it was a very manual process where I would sit down with my head of operations and we'd go through our 40 employees and digitally, you know, manually double check everything before actually making the payments one by one with our bank. Now, of course, we're using an XML file that we're sending it all at once through the payroll through this digital solution, and it goes directly to our bank. So it saves us a lot of time. But of course, training my team on looking at an XML file is much different than, and sort of the level of digital sort of fluency on the team has to go up in order to make sure that, for example, we had an issue the second month of paying that way where there was a problem in the XML file that meant that we paid somebody twice and somebody else didn't get a paycheck. So it's obviously the kind of pitfall that can come with these digital transformations that has real impacts on your ability to manage a growing business efficiently. So yeah.
Thank you. Anyone throwing a remark or a question for our colleagues? In this case, I will throw a question. I will play David's advocate if you allow me. When I started, my very first months of work, believe it or not, I was working in Italy for an American company, and I was sending the monthly report by fax. A few months later, I got one of the very first IBM AT desktops, so you can situate my age, by the way. A couple of years later, I got my first laptop, and then all the rest. So, in a sense, digital transformation has been there since many years. And it has been scary in certain moments, exciting in other moments. So why all of a sudden it is becoming the fashionable buzzword of the business environment? Is it because of the size? By the way, and it was clear already at that time that there was a competition or a competitive element in it. I mean, when everyone started to get equipped with desktop computers, it was clear that a serious company not willing to go bankrupt had to follow this mainstream. So why is it different today? Is it because of the size? Is it because of the snowball momentum, or in fact is it just a matter of it is becoming fashionable, but in reality it's not so different from what we've been living to and adapting to since 20 years or 30 years?
My simple answer would say is different and is not different. I think it's in essence it's not different. The only difference is the pieces and the environment are very different. Well, because obviously the evolution of the technology is much faster than before. Obviously, because now there are a lot of social media, a lot of things, internet data, analytics, big data that are providing more meat to play. And I would add an important one, which is the financial crisis. I would say financial crisis since 2008 until today, and probably, hopefully not, but probably more to come, right? So this is forcing everyone to deliver more, to investigate more, to create new ways of working, to be more profitable than your competitors, etc., etc. But in essence, what you said is right. I mean, we have been always evolving and transforming through the technology our businesses. So that's
I would add a nuance to that, which is the speed. The speed at which the innovation happens, at which it spreads, is unprecedented. So I think that that's a big difference. And another one is our people. Our people, especially the young talent, they have been born already at that speed and at that level of innovation. And they expect it, and they feel natural with that. And they expect us leaders to go at the same speed as leaders in the companies. Traditionally, innovation came from the company and went into the private life. And you came back home and explained your things that you saw at work. Probably you have found it as well, that you go to work and you find a trainee that explained you about the new app that they have found because a friend has told you, and it's the other way around. The private sphere is feeding the business sphere with innovation, and we have to deal with it.
Yeah, I think that the big park of PCs still running on Windows XP is in the companies. In fact, there is a business environment, not at home. Anything? No, I don't see. So I pick up the point about the people. So we have heard several things about the people. So the generational challenge, technology can be scaring or scary to some of our colleagues. You say the young guys we are recruiting look at us as leaders, but they look also the colleagues. Huh? And not all of the colleagues are necessarily ready for the immediate change. So, okay, we have talked about the importance of change management, but what is our role? Our role, us as persons, but also us as companies, because I'm not so sure that everything we get from the outside world, for the schools, for the universities, or whatever, is completely up to speed. So are we companies picking up a part of the responsibility to shape, to teach, to create the culture, or is it something that should come from we have heard yesterday about the expectations? Should be the government, should be the school, should be other institutions, should be the companies, because after all, people make the difference.
Yeah, of course, the people is the most important asset in this world. No? So I think that all the governments, all the schools, I think that they start doing some new change in the approach. Okay, but I think that the change. I agree. This is a continuous improvement, not that the thing that we started some years ago, no. But now I think that the problem is that that we need the information as soon as possible to Google it, no. So we have it's just not only to understand the description, no. It's just to focus also in the prescription. That is the most important thing nowadays. Okay, to and also the prediction. No? So I think that we need to focus on these kind of tasks that are the most valued activities nowadays. So of course people have to change their mindset. Routine activities are not valid anymore. So because we have an RPA that will substitute them, and I will be happy to see that, because as humans we have to advance. We have to advance, we have to create new things, and we have to bring more value to the society.
I would, in my opinion, for instance, you mentioned generational conflicts, potential or difficulties. Personally, I don't think it's the main difficulty, because I mean, everyone, human being, we are adaptable all the time, and if you are, of course, people that are coming from the university, they are already adapted to the new world, let's say. But persons that we are more mature, we are ourselves adapting, and in fact taking the good experience from the past with the changes today, and trying to optimize the change management. At the end, is about change management from the top to the bottom in the organization, And the first ones need to be the managers, right? But not only the managers are responsible to create a good organization with the people with the right values and with the right talent. And but this is not, in my opinion, not if you have an average rate in your team of people very young or people very mature. It can be a very good combination if we are all on the same board, if we are all together and we have the same strategy and of course a lot of trainings, a lot of sharing learning experiences among the people, because one young talent person can teach to someone more mature in some specific advanced technology if they are, let's say, aiming to cooperate each other. And in fact, this is enriching the organization, the mix of different ages, but with the same team spirit, team cooperation. This is for me the most important.
Chris, from your profile, tell me if I'm wrong, I understand that up to a certain age you have grown up in the US.
Mm-hmm.
When you have made the jump on the other side of the big pond, have you felt any difference in how people are looking at these developments, these changes in the society, in the way we work or whatever?
It's a really good question. So I'm American originally, but I grew up most of my life in Europe. But then I went back to the US for university in my MBA, and then came back out here, and I've been in London since 2006, and I've been here for about 5 years. As far as the digital transformation element, I don't notice. I mean, there are huge differences in the way the working world works. Here versus Spain versus London, but those two I would class on one level versus what my experience has been working in New York and other parts of the U.S. I think on the digital transformation, one thing that we've been talking about is this generational difference, and I definitely noticed that I'm the oldest person in my company. Most of my colleagues it's one of their first jobs, and they're in their early to mid 20s, and it's so amazing. And this I've seen with my experiences in the U.S. as well. So on this level, I think it's very similar. Is that there's just a huge gap between myself, who I'm 40 years old, so I started using telephones after university, having a mobile phone versus somebody who's digitally native, right? So it's really interesting. I see it with my colleagues, their ability to work with APIs and deal with things that are still relatively new for me is incredible. But then when it comes to putting together a spreadsheet, just helping me with something simple as far as like what trade shows we have left this year and what have we paid, and putting together a spreadsheet that's easily readable by somebody else is something that doesn't come naturally with this digital native element of younger people today. So I haven't noticed, back to the question, much of a difference on the digital fluency and incorporating technology. In fact, I've been super impressed. We have a lot of French people in the company, and our startup incubator is a French program called The Family, and the level of digital fluency is incredibly high. But I can talk for ages about the cultural differences and the working styles of Europe versus the US.
Yeah.
On the digital side, it's actually felt very much the same.
Yeah. Thank you.
I'd like just to comment that my view is that it is not so much, or at least an angle, that is the age difference and what's your background, where you come from, your experience. Of course, the gender difference, just because we think differently, the audience, and that's the mix. But there is a common thing that applies to everyone: the skills and competences, your analytical skills, your ability to conceptualize, your ability to drive change, to motivate others to be a change agent in wherever you are. And those skills that with empathy, we have been listening to Eva before, talking about listen to your customer, listen to others. All those skills that are needed to succeed in this digital world, or in 5 years' time, that might be whatever, not digital or post-digital or whatever, those would remain as key and important. And coming back to your very specific question, I think that the companies, the corporate world is a great place to experiment and to, do we have to teach people to do that? Well, we have to make an impact on the people who lives and works with us. So if it means or it's teaching, let's put the word we want.
Yeah.
But I believe on making a change in our area. So yes, I think it's part of our responsibility to help others to be better professionals and to work in a better environment every day.
Thank you. The discussion is interesting, but it is also time for lunch. So unless there is a last word, we will close this here, and for sure some of these subjects will come back during the last presentations and discussions in the afternoon. Okay. So,